Boys and girls. Last question of Shay Live test number 2, page 2, part D. I wanted to do this all in one video, but I couldn't get it done, so I'm a little bothered, but not a big deal. All right. So the question says, for time t0 to 6, at what time is the amount on the beach a minimum, and what is the minimum value? So I need to know both. At what time and the minimum value. So, that's wrong, here we go. So, when we hear minimum, we need to think derivative equal to 0 or derivative is undefined. Those are the only two places. So we need to take our derivative and set it equal to 0. We're talking about amount of sand. So y of t was the amount of sand to begin with. Therefore, the derivative of when it's equal to 0 is going to be what we're looking for. And when we found this derivative before, remember our derivative before was, because of the fundamental theorem of calculus, S of t minus R of t. Sand added minus sand removed. Well, what this means when it equals 0 is really when is S of t equal to R of t. So we put that in our calculator, and we find out that it only happens on the interval from 1 to 6, or 0 to 6, and we need to keep that in our calculator. It only happens once at t equals 5.117. So, the only possibility of it being a minimum is t equals 5.117 and the end values, 0 and 6. Okay, so again, this is the extreme value theorem. Our minimum value occurs at where my slope is undefined or 0, or because we're talking about a closed interval, at 0 or 6. So I need to test those three values. All right, does that make sense? I'm going to test y equals 0, and I get 2,500. This is in my original y function. Okay, this is my original amount of sand function. I get 2,500. I test y, and I say test, I say plug this in my calculator. I test this, and I want to go to as many decimals as I can, and then I want to put this to as many decimals as I can, because I'm going to compare it. And at 5.117865, I get 2,492.3694 cubic yards of sand. A lot of sand. And then at 6, I get a very similar number, but not the same, slightly bigger, 2,493 cubic yards of sand. So this is my smallest value, 2,492. Okay? So that's my minimum. I'm not done. I then need to answer the question using units and words and everything else. So in this case, there we go. We answer it like such. The minimum amount of sand occurs at t equals 5.11785 hours. I want to put hours there. At that point, there's 2,492.369 cubic yards of sand. I could round this to 3 as well. But that doesn't, that's not going to hurt us to not do that. Okay? And that's it. And make sure you put units here for hours, and that's it. We will see if we do this one more time, folks. We're getting close. I'm excited. I think we're ready. Deep breath. Goodbye.